I think the first half of the fight was bad. Maybe the fans got to him.
I think so. Yeah.
He was in his what they call his second home or something in that area of Arizona. First half, you can hear Canelo yelling at him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard it during the telecast. He was telling him to switch it up. And I saw a clip too. I think I saw it on Instagram. There was a video with Canelo after the fight in the dressing rooms, and he was telling them like, "Nunca cambiaste los golpes." He's like, "You threw the same punches over and over. You never threw an uppercut. You never switched it on my own. We work on this in the gym." And he was kind of on his ass about that. And you could hear it during the telecast. Canelo was telling him to switch up the punches. Valdez wasn't really listening. First half of the fight, it seemed like he had no answer to Conceicao's activity, to his jab. He was getting hit. I don't think he got hit that bad. When I watched the fight the next day, I didn't get to catch it live. When I saw pictures of his face, when I saw the punch stats, I'm like, ooh, I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this. I gotta see what the outrage is about. And it's not looking good for Valdez, just looking at his face. I just think he's a guy who cuts up easily and swells easily.
Yeah.
I don't think Conceicao landed anything too big. And I feel like that's why Valdez won most of the rounds. Or the majority, I should say. Not most, but the majority. 7-5 is the majority. Like I said, first half wasn't very good for Valdez, in my opinion. Second half, he had just a little more. Conceicao looked like he took some rounds off. It looked like, obviously, the Valdez, the experience of Valdez, he made it count.
Yeah.
Conceicao had never fought a 12-round fight, I believe. He did beat Valdez in the amateurs, but that was a while ago. And I think the championship experience just took over the experience of Eddie Reynoso. I still think it was a very close fight. 117-111. Blind.
Joke. Yeah. Yeah, I think the first rounds for Valdez were not his best,
but even then, in the first half of the fight, he was still able,
I think
in my opinion, to edge out some of those close rounds.
Yeah. I want to say he edged out more of those early rounds than Conceicao robs some of the later rounds.
Yep.
But I do agree.
That was the difference.
I think it was the weight of the pressure of everything that went on during the week. He was just off the first couple rounds. Still won enough. Like I said, I think he probably won 3 of those first 6, and then I feel like he won the majority of the rest of the second half. Still not very cleanly. Still, you could toss him up and go either way. But I agree with 7-5, 8-4. I think he did just enough. Conceicao was fighting well early on, and then I think something turned on in Valdez. Again, it was like Canelo screaming. It was just like you said, the experience. It was just, he switched it on a little bit more, and he convincingly won the latter part. I think that's what stuck with the judges. But man, I know a lot of people are saying like Conceicao, or a lot of people were saying like they were trying to kind of scream robbery, but nah, not this one.
I know he filed a complaint. A complaint. One of the judges did apologize for his scoring at 117, and he said he'll undergo training and stuff like that he was volunteering to undergo training and things like that. Supposedly he said that the crowd had an impact on the way he scored the fight, which I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But I feel like Valdez was, in a lot of those close rounds, he was able to land a big body punch or a big punch upstairs that of course would make the fans yell and get excited, but also catch the judge's attention. I feel like he was able to steal a lot of those rounds where he was losing in the first half of the fight, and I think he won. I think it was a very close fight. 7-5. I'm not mad at that. I just think Conceicao didn't do enough in those last 3, 4, or 5 rounds to be able to edge it out. I don't know. He was taunting a lot. He got a point deducted. So that definitely hurt him. They celebrated after the fight as if they had won. But I don't know. I feel like that's on the coaches too.
Yeah.
That's on the trainers, because right after the fight, they lifted him up on their shoulders and they were celebrating. And it's like, man, you got to be realistic. You're in dude's freaking hometown.
Yeah.
He's the champion. He's the favorite. He's the A side. Yeah. He probably should have been stripped of the title. He's a favorite. Yeah. So you probably have to do a lot more than that to win.
Yeah, I feel like if you felt Conceicao won this fight, you really, like, Oscar Valdez really pissed you off with him. To the point where you're just like, I just want this guy to lose. But nah, if you see it kind of objectively, you put all the controversies to the side. He did just enough to win, and wasn't his best performance by far, but he just did just enough. And again, you just have to beat the guy. You don't have the other guy has to take it from the champion, and he didn't do enough. So Valdez 7-5.
I don't agree with that statement. You don't gotta take
You
shit.
gotta take it.
You don't gotta take shit for the champion. You just gotta win 7 rounds.
Slightly beat him.
You just gotta win 7 rounds. That's all it takes. 7 or more.
Hey.
Against the Ropes podcast.